YouTube friends, what is going on? David Lee back, brand a new video. Actually, let me adjust this guy here. You're here for a review video of the Sigma 18 to 35 high-speed zoom T2 Cine blah blah blah, right? Why would you want to spend $3,000+ on a lens when you can get the photo version, right? I used to own the photo version and it's amazing glass, right? Sigma art glass is sharp, it's clean, it's detailed, and it's very fast, right? Many times you can get down to like a 1.5 or 1.4 depending on what lens you have. Now I'm gonna keep this video as short as possible. I'm gonna give you my 4 reasons why you would wanna buy the Sigma 18 to 35 high-speed zoom. Again, if you are working like really low budget stuff though, just get the photo version, right? At the end of the day, just do that. You don't need the Cine zoom, right? But if you're working in like higher productions, if you're working with crew, if you're used to using rental packages or renting out gear, right? Then this video is kind of like an encompassing video of why you would want to go Sigma versus some other brand, right? So the first off is you want to add your Sigma 1835 to your rental package. You have, a camera package, you have a lighting package, you have an audio package, you have a lens package. Some people like to combine their camera package with like lens and camera. I do that sometimes, other times I separate them. And in my sphere of like commercial and branded documentary type work, branded content type work, usually the Sigmas are a pretty popular choice, whether you're going with like the 1835 and 50 to 100 combo, or if you're just using the full frame primes. And they're relatively inexpensive compared to like say Ingenue or like the Fujinon Cabrio lenses or some of like the Zeiss zoom lenses. They're pretty affordable and you can match them with the Sigma full frame primes, which is the second pro, I guess you can say, right? Is you want to have like a lens package that can match between your zoom lenses and your prime lenses. For me, I own the Sigma 24 and the 50mm full frame primes. And there are times where I want to be able to use the 18 to 35 for projects where I just need to be able to work fast. I don't have time to switch out a lens. Maybe it's a documentary where, again, we're out in like some boony area, right? Or if I don't have an AC, then it needs to be able to just be able to get the focal length that I need as soon as possible. And sometimes switching lenses, again, that does take time, even if it's a minute is still downtime. Whereas with the zoom lens, you can go from 18 all the way to 35 in a pretty fast motion. Third reason is you have a focus puller most of the time, but there are times where you want to or have to be able to pull focus by yourself. With the 1835, it is a 180-degree rotation throw, meaning you can pull focus by yourself without having to crank and crank and crank and crank. And number 4 is you like the image quality already coming from the 1835 distilled version, including minimal focus breathing, right? Not to say that there's no focus breathing. The 1835 does have some focus breathing, especially noticeable when you go from, minimum focus all the way to infinity, right? You can see a little bit of like a zooming action, but it's very, very minimal. And with so many other zoom lenses out on the market, the DZO picture zooms are very, very popular these days. They're also very, very affordable. Tokina also has a super 35mm lenses, zoom lenses. The 18, or the 11 to 20 and the 50 to 135 are very, very popular. And the Sigma 1835 has been around for a while now, right? Even especially the Cine house version of them. There are knockoff versions of them. I haven't used them, but for me, I really like the Sigma art lenses. I like the look, I like the character, I like how they're fast, right? Sometimes having a fast zoom can really save you in a scenario where it's run and gun, where you're using available light, or in an instance where say, you want to be able to shoot at a 2.8, but having to take like the extra 15 minutes to set up another light, whether it's a narrative or commercial, right? Sometimes being able to go down to a 2 can just save you time on set, right? Again, pulling at a 2, yeah, it is a little bit hard to pull focus at a 2, depending if you're pulling focus yourself and if like many things are moving, or if you have a focus puller or first AC who's pretty good, right? They can handle that extra stop of a difference when it comes to depth of field. Now I will say this, the lens is fairly heavy compared to just the regular stills version, but again, when you're working with cinema lenses, and many times they're going to be heavy, right? Depending again on if you're using a zoom lens or prime lens, right? Like say for instance, the Sigma full frame primes, they're not heavy at all, at least for me, but the 1835 is, it's a pretty hefty little buddy. Hefty buddy. I don't know if I like that. So you have to factor that into your camera package, right? Your kit. Do you want a heavier camera package? Do you want a lighter camera package, right? If that's the case, then you probably should go with the stills version because, you know, it's gonna weigh you down at the end of the day, right? And if you're using, if you're used to going run and gun most of the time, right? 90% of your work is run and gun. Maybe you do a lot of gimbal stuff, depending on what camera you have, right? You might wanna be able to just stick with the stills version. And again, the stills version is totally fine. I used to own the stills version. But for me, from a business perspective, from an owner-operator perspective, having the Cine version has brought me more value than having just the regular stills version, you know? At the end of the day, when you're making a purchase like this, you know, for the 1835, the cinema zoom, it has to be for a business use, right? If you're still just making, you know, $500 or $600 on a project, like that doesn't make any sense to want to purchase a, you know, $4,000 lens. It makes absolutely no sense, right? But again, going back to like one of the first points is if you're used to working with crew, if you're used to working on higher budgets, if you're used to or want to be able to add the rental rate for your lenses, right? For a cinema lens set, then having the 1835 is a great addition to your kit. So I hope you guys found this video somewhat useful. I don't even know. If you liked the video, leave a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. Subscribe to my YouTube channel as always, just so you know if I have new content coming out. Leave a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on the 1835. Yes, no, maybe, right? And as always, friends, remember every day you have an opportunity to create your experience and to write and tell your own story. My name is David Lee. I'll catch you guys in the next video. All right, cool. Where is this thing? Stupid Ninja V. I have to like swipe every time just to, I can't even stop the recording. How do you, I'm literally swiping on the screen to try to get the UI back on and it's not doing anything. Can't stop the recording.